Perspective drawing. The one time math and art come together in harmony. There's 1-point perspective, 2-point perspective, 3-point perspective, and 4-point, 5-point, 6-point, 7. Do you want me to keep going? Oh, right. Hello and welcome back to AUREUS, where we explore the creative arts of the world however we see fit. If you're new here, welcome to the community. We hope that you're feeling good, staying safe, and being yourself. So today's shout out goes to My Name is Joseph Wairobi. Thank you so much for your subscription and your comment. If you want a chance at a shout out in my next video, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment down below. And at the end of every week, I will pick the lucky subscriber. Pro tip, you can increase your chances by commenting on more than one of my videos. So good luck, guys. And now onto this video. Today's video is another chapter / episode of Cheryl's school projects. I know, just bear with me here. This project was a juxtaposed landscape. If you don't know what that means, this is basically when you take two different pictures, in this case a landscape, fuse them together and create a sort of Frankenstein piece. On top of that, we were challenged to do this using perspective drawing, which is easily defined as a technique used to create the linear illusion of depth. Basically, as the objects get further away from the viewer, they appear to decrease in size at a constant rate, and yada yada yada. Now, within perspective drawing as a whole, there are different perspectives you can do, and for this semester, we're focusing on 1 through 6. Now, personally, I've only ever drawn 1 through 3, and so naturally, I counted them out as my options for this project. Some research later, I saw no difference between the 4th point perspective and the 5th perspective, which brings us to the topic of this video, drawing in the 5th point perspective. And as you have probably guessed by now, I have never done it. But I thought it was a good idea to do as my project, which is 70% of my grade, while simultaneously drawing a juxtaposed landscape from scratch. What could possibly go wrong? Alright. Now that that's out of the way and you have a basic idea of what's going to happen, let's talk about what I plan to draw. So I have 3 ideas in total. Well, had 3 ideas in total. My first idea was an open gate revealing a medieval sword, which, if I'm frank, it both sounded and looked better in my head. My second idea was the inside of a generator, but instead of an engine, it was going to be a crystal. I liked it, and it was cool. However, after some trials, and factoring the fact that I'm going to draw this in the 5th perspective, it was going to be complicated as. So, after a while, I came up with something a lot simpler, but also cool, which was a mansion / house built on a waterfall, reflecting off a smooth metallic ball. Plain, yes, simple-ish, but it'll get the job done, and it's cool. So in total, it took me 6 days to complete this project. So I'll be recapping what I did and give a basic insight into my thoughts and goals for each particular day. On day 1, I spent most of my time trying to figure out the perspective itself. It took me a couple of tries, but eventually I figured out, having tried some sketches of said perspective at random in my sketchbook to help. I mostly use these to guide me through the final thing. And as the day ended, I placed a small goal to at least get the top part of the mansion structure figured out. I also wanted to vet what I was going to leave out and keep from the source images. After that, I did the same process for the waterfall, only this time I focused more on trying to understand how and where it was going to flow, to fully bring out the light and the idea that I had in my head for this. This is where the fun really started, and I can go to as far as to say I was excited, but also scared. Most of my excitement was the mansion. I have to admit I did enjoy this part a bit too much. That being said, I also did not like how it came out. Hear me out. I like to shade in general and just didn't like how I shaded this part of the piece, and I think it's because it turned out more cartoonish than realistic. But anyway, I'm going to blame on the fact that this is my first time shading in the fifth perspective. But blame game aside, the day was a success, as I got the left side of the mansion together with a small stream passing over the house, with Google's help of course, which was a good achievement as it helped me practice my waterfall shading. On day 3, I made quite a lot of progress. Said progress was getting the bottom left side of the house, the waterfalls on the left side, and the rocks to the bottom of the house, together with the splashes at the bottom as well. Unfortunately, at some point of filming, my camera died, and I believe this is when I just started shading the first part of the rock. So, yeah, all in all, like I said, a very progressful day. Day 4 was full of surprises. It began with me finishing up the tone of the mansion base center, and as you can tell, I was struggling. Mostly because I was not sure how rich I wanted my shadows to be. And then continued with the door frame and the entrance in general, deciding to go very minimalist on the door, only giving it one shadow. I also decided to change a few features on the right side of the mansion and forfeit the double base and opted for a descending one instead, which was also around the time I realized that I didn't allow my base shadows with my perspective, so I quickly went and fixed that. I then added a few more details to the top right mansion, and so satisfied me and happy me called it a day. Alright, day 5 was another productive yet crazy-ish day. I finally figured out how I wanted to tackle the right side of the mansion, starting from the top to the bottom, adding all the shadow and light spots in their respective places. However, I purposely left the glass doors in between because I had a conflict on the two ways I could tackle it. So, moving on, I decided to work on the shadows of the mansion against the waterfall. I established the base of the waterfall as the day was coming to an end and got started on the various tones of the rocks at the base. I managed to finish the day with the majority of the monstering done, the base of the metallic sphere of the landscape figured out, and the rocks, rich tones, and shadows also figured out. I have to say, the last day I was feeling a bit sad and stressed, because 1, it was due in 24 hours, and 2, I was not done yet. But I was also happy and relieved, because 1, I was almost done, and 2, it was looking good. Not perfect, but good. I started off by making the halo slash shadow slash dark halo of the mansion against the waterfall a little bit darker, and I cleaned up all the excess lines. I finally added in the shading and highlights of the sphere, capping it off with a very not so subtle shadow. I signed it off and handed it in. What a beautiful piece of work it was. What a success, if I do say so myself. I don't know about you guys, but I like the way it turned out. I was proud of myself and patting myself on the back for figuring out the 5-point perspective and pulling it off somehow. I mean, it's not perfect, but hey, we learn every day. I want to know though, would you have chosen the 5-point perspective? Would you have chosen the 4th, 3rd, 6th, heck even 10th if you were given the option? Comment down below, come on. I would love to see what you guys have to say, and even better, what you'd have put in your juxtaposed landscape or portrait if you wanted to do that. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Do check out any of my other videos if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you there. Peace.